Hey there, this is Steve. It's Saturday, the 29th, and I just wanted to kind of go over some bot settings. I wanted to run it all week, but there was a glitch on Thursday, so I'm missing a day. But basically, I have 4 days and want to go through this. But I'll show you how to use it and download and show you how I get this information. But first and foremost, I'll like to apologize to Dr. Dean from the other day on our little Skype thing, kind of bantered back and forth, which is obviously not my style. So I just wanted to anybody who's listening to this publicly apologize to him for that, because I think we're all in this together on the same page. We're all trying to accomplish the same thing. We all want to be millionaires, and so I don't really have a problem. Everybody has their own opinions on doing things, and whatever it is that you could whatever tool or opinion, advice, anything that you have that could help others, I'm all for it. We're competing against these big guys, and so I just wanted to show this to some other people, but specifically Dr. Dean, and just to kind of go through this and show you my spreadsheet to see kind of what it is. So this is, basically the long and short of it. There's a bunch of, if I scroll over here, there's a bunch of other columns that does behind the scenes, but all this information comes from NinjaTrader. So the trades, on the, like for instance, I'm going to be downloading yesterday's data. So this is kind of where it all comes from. And so when I download it, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go here, it doesn't matter where, and right click, go to reports. I'm going to import, this is started way back many years ago, and it's grown since then, but I still have 7 in here because I still occasionally use 7, but basically 8 is kind of default. We could add other, Sierra charts and all that other stuff in here too, it doesn't matter. It's all exported from Ninja. So I'm going to verify the time. This is going to be automated when I get a chance to do it, but for right now I just verify where it came from. It's my computer, so I know it's validated on the New York time. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to pick the TTP data for yesterday and let that percolate here. And it says successful. So that now is all in here. And just so just so you see here the data that this is the data that comes in. Here's if I can see it. Anyway, this is, here it is here. So there's the data. Well, anyway, the point of it is it's there. So now that you go to the review sheet and you can see it here. This is yesterday. This is everything that came in, and I have all my charts labeled as far as what they are. 207 is this one here. This is the ES. 1500 is based on the October 20th. That's on the web page. It only says the New York session is what we should be looking at, and then the settings, and then this one here is the 3-minute CL. It's all I've been running this week, and then as I say, I don't have a day down here, and it's all data only. It's all sim live trades, and go from there. So once the data is inputted in here, it looks good. I don't have any errors because they'd be popping out with colors all over me if there were some mismatches and things like that. So then I'll just go back into here and I will go back to reports after I reviewed it, and I will actually transfer it to the big stuff. Go to the dashboard. So now we're going to go to the big stuff here. This is all the data. It's going to percolate. And what I'm looking for is this one here. This one here. This is the one that I'm looking at. This is so yesterday. If you look at yesterday here, I can just rule this out just to show you where this comes from. If I go to here and I go to summary, you could see it's the total yesterday was 119. Now, if you want to know the breakouts, there they are right there. I could even do that. Hold on. Okay, I just filtered it to ES only. You can see it's 321.90. And the only reason why I should pause it there for a second is because I got accountants there that we don't need to see that. But in any event, there's the data. So first and foremost, we'll go there, and we're looking at the 4 days because I missed a day. And we're negative 4,000. But before you freak out, this is everything. I'm running this 24/7 kind of thing, and you would never do that. But let me just go through it. So this is just a quick snapshot of the two charts that I'm running, the 4 days, and we could break it down individually. Here's a dashboard of it, the same thing. This is just a daily analysis dashboard. This shows you that this is set up for chronological order. So if you're trading multiple charts. Now the only thing I would like to maybe add on here is where the trade came from, this very first trade. It came in at 927. I frankly don't care where it came from for this, but maybe it would be nice to know. So I might add a column there that just shows ES or CL. But in this case, we're looking, if you're only trading CL, then there's your account there. If you're trading ES, then this is what it would look like. So let's start with CL now, I guess. All right, so your first CL trade goes on, it's a winner, then it's a little more winner, or no, it's a negative there. So I'm trying to get rid of that little box there. But anyway, you see it's a negative, and then so this is basically your balance of your account. So at the end of the day, you're up $321, and the next day, same thing, so on and so on. This day it goes on, and then just a bunch of losers, of course. Time frames. And we'll break it down, so don't freak out yet on that. In any event, so that's kind of, and if you're trading multiples, if you have both of them on, then this is the first one, second trade, third trade, so on, and it doesn't really matter what. So at the end of the day, there you ended up with 191. So if you just wanted to do, the 28th, let's say it's the newest day, so there's just the 28th. And if you want to just do CL, you can just see how your account would look. So the first trade, is a winner. Second trade is a loser. Third trade's a little winner, and then a little loser, and then a little loser, and then positive. It ends the day there. So I mean, I suppose we can. Here's the ES. What happened on ES? Just one trade. All these are two contracts. All these are two contracts with the settings that I mentioned earlier with the ATM strategy. So this is just a loser and then a winner to end the day at 2,000. So, for the day of that, you end up the day there. So the next day, we'll go into there. Next day's a loser, if we can break it down. Well, you know what? Before we start breaking this down, maybe let's break down our days. We're only really looking at the time frame, so it's really kind of unfair. So let's just break down New York session. If you see there's no ESs in here, why aren't there any ESs in here? Good question. Do I have it filtered? Where are my ESs? I guess there isn't one. It's all pre-market. That's interesting. It's the pre-market. That must have done it. So there are, for the 4 days, let me turn it on. So the 4 days that I'm dealing with, and I only have 4 days worth of data, I do not have any. So I guess I can only look at crude. Okay, well, this is the chart we're looking at then. So, not that I've really paid attention, I just let them run in the background. So, okay, well, that being said, I've only got the 3 days of data, so that kind of stinks. But in any event, so here's day one. Just get the day. I don't know what styles you like to look at, and I'll talk about this here too. Day two and day three. So if you go to the daily analysis and you just do day one, you could see, well, I could turn them all on, I guess, not that many. You could see here that, chronologically going this way, that's our numbers. So there's our trades, averages. So this is what I really kind of want to focus on. I know some people are looking at this too. We have a grade scale here. And oh, by the way, if you're interested in the time zones, there's our time zones for that, the legend for the hours. You can pause that if you want to see it. But getting back to the grade scale here, this is the MAE, this is the MFE, and the ETD. And the way it works is that you're looking for high numbers. The MAE and the ETD are like golf. You want lower numbers. So our trade here is based on fives are green. Fives are the best you could do. Fours are green too. They're pretty good. Threes are nothing. Twos are nothing. But ones are kind of bad. But the ones just represent that it was a high number. And so what we're trying to do is get low numbers behind the scenes if you looked at the scenes. But because they're high numbers, and here's the scale on that, because these numbers are high for the FAE, anything over 90% of the 30 days average. Now, keep in mind, we have 4 days or 3 days in here. So you're not going to get a rolling 30-day average. Once I have more and more data in here, then obviously it just rolls off and it gives you the most current days of that MAE and whatnot. So you're looking for, to get your grade 1 it's 90%. And that's basically, high score. We don't want that. We want low scores for MAE, and we want high scores for this. But if you notice there are a lot of high scores. So what is that kind of telling you? It's hitting a high of the average. Well, again, average of 3 days anyway. So it's hitting a high, and the average high is 26 ticks, on average for these 3 days. So we're looking at 23 ticks, and it's getting into that position, getting there on the trade. The only problem is that because the ETD is so bad, is we're just giving it all back, which means we just need to kind of shorten things up a little bit. And now here, there's things we could do here with the offsets. Instead of getting in right away, there's pullbacks. On average, we're dealing with the 20 ticks of pullback of heat that we got to take in order, before we get our profit. So if we were able to get a pullback in here and do an offset of 10 ticks or 15, 12 ticks. Now, some you might not, some winners you're just gonna, it might just take off and you won't get in, but that's fine. There'll be more. But the moral of the story is that on average, it's going back 20 ticks of heat that you got to, withhold. So if you had an offset on there and get a little better, then that means your target's going to be a little better. So right now we're getting 26 ticks of target, but if you had added 10 from holding off on an offset, you could make that 36. You can see how we could switch those around. This number would then go up. This number would be up for sure. And all in all, we'd be great. Now, the only kind of thing that we need to look into is we want lower numbers on our, or on my scale. I want larger numbers. Everything I want is fives here. So I want 5, 5, 5. But what basically we're looking for is we don't want to give it all back. So we're getting to the top, assuming it's long. We're getting to the top, and we're reaching our averages and goals and whatnot. The only problem is we're not taking it. And it's just coming right back to us. So we just need to kind of home in a little bit. And so that's kind of where I'm going with this. And that's what this spreadsheet does. And there's just averages there. So, just real quickly, I'll just go back to this main one here. Really quickly, I'll just run through here and just look at the sessions here real quick. And then we'll call it a day. See here, you hit some targets. You can tell you're hitting targets because you're getting high and then you're also taking it. Well, it's only 2 contracts in one trade, so that's here nor there. Okay. Pre-market, and we all know, I don't even trade pre-market unless it's very well. Usually, I'm not really ready to go with that morning anyway. There's our sessions there. Midday, that's probably, it's actually not too bad. And that's, again, I go back to the midday. That's, midday is between 12 and 3. PM, and then evening. So anyway, hope this helps, and I'll let you go. Thanks. Bye.